Okay, is this thing on? Yes, it is. Cool. Sit. Did not work out. Alright, so anyways, I'm player one unknown. I am going for the world record of the fastest e-bike for the EEB frame. It's just a bomber frame. Going over why I'm doing that as well as why I wear the mask, which is just because I don't want anyone to know me. I'd rather be known for the bike versus, oh, hey, you're that famous guy who rides around all the time in this area. It's not about me, so it's kind of about the bike. I don't want to be recognized and famous if this does end up working out. So let get that out of the way. Because when I made this channel, it was never about me. It was more about just making content and stuff and not being known. That like I have a normal public life and a normal private life. But yeah, now let's jump into why I'm doing this world record run and everything else. Okay, so it all started with the fact that I bought an e-bike because I have no license. I cannot drive. I'm autistic, so I bought my first e-bike in 2 years ago, a year ago now, and it worked great. It was 32 miles per hour top speed. They claimed 28 miles per charge. I've soon found out that was only 18 miles per charge, and the battery capacity was a lot smaller than what I thought. And the rear shocks were way overkill. They were like, I think 600 pounds on each side, so I got to hold 1,200 pounds before it compressed even a little bit, and the front forks were just complete garbage. So I swapped out that, dropped down to lower fork strength or spring strength, and that was still causing a lot of issues. Did some other minor upgrades with the rims and the bag on top, some side mirrors, and then yeah, I left it at that. Bike was okay for a little bit, and then I got bored with it. The range was just horrendous for me because I use this as my transportation, so I started looking to other options of what I could do. So then I started building my own e-bike, which I got told by all my family and friends it will not go above 40 miles per hour, which I told them I will for sure. And then we fought about that, but I was still sticking to my plan of making my own e-bike, and here's the process of that. So none of these pictures are in order, so it's just the build process. So I started with the 72 volt 54AH Simpson Q30 cells, I believe they were, which was like a $3,000 battery, which I paid way overpriced for. I spray painted emerald green. We had an 8,000 watt QS273 motor that was 3.5T. With the rim tape, obviously, and our picture of it being painted with the shocks. Front headlight, which was way too big for it at the time. I put a 7-inch headlight on this, which was way too big, but I still went with it because I thought it looked good at the time. Again, this was my first bike. I had no knowledge of what I was doing. Just wanted to build something that would get me to point A to point B and go really fast and have at least 40-mile range per charge on full electric. There's the finished product of what I had. It was 26-inch tires. That was, again, too big of tires. I would fall over when I was parked, so lesson learned there. This bike did get stolen from me after 3 months of building it, which that was my own fault because I didn't have a GPS tracker in there and no alarms at the time because I blew up the alarm and I was trying to re-extend the wires. They tucked while they were alive and it just blew out. It just blew up. So that's my own fault. The chain didn't fit properly. The axle had some issues because I hand grinded it. Even the kickstand was like hand welded and it was horrendous, but it worked as a motorcycle kickstand. It worked for those 26-inch tires. A lot of things wrong with it, I cannot lie. I did not like the seat. The seat was too narrow for me, and I couldn't even do a step-down conversion at the time, so I had a black box that controlled all my headlights, taillights, and underglow and everything, and it lasted about roughly 40 minutes. So I only had 40 minutes of runtime with the headlights and everything, but now I know what I'm doing with that, so it's not an issue. But yeah, there's a lot of weird things that I did with this build, but it worked. It went up to 68 miles per hour. It was a 40 mile per charge at 40 miles per hour. It was great. Good bike until it got stolen from me, and then I lost $8,000 worth of work. My vehicle and everything else, and then went back to the other bike. Here's some other pictures of it. That's me working on it in my game room. So moving on from there, police station actually bought me an e-bike. So after the news, because I was on the news for this, the news made this whole thing go public, and then the police station bought me this e-bike because my other one at the time, the gray one, the first one I had no brakes. The range issue because I was working out even farther place at the time, and I barely could get to work and back. I'd have to charge it at work, get home, charge it again, go to work, charge it, repeat the process. The battery life was just horrendous, and I knew that battery was going to die eventually because the more you charge it, the more charge cycles you're putting on it, and then it just degrades over time. Plus, these were not quality cells; these were Chinese no-name brands. cells that I couldn't even find online. They gave me this wheel, or this bike. This bike works great. I added my own underglow and everything, which here's some other pictures of me riding it in a blizzard. I ride all season, so I don't not take the bike. Doesn't matter what the weather is, I will ride. And this was during a blizzard of this year, actually, or 2023, actually. And there's the underglow picture. I had some underglow that was more visible at night, which I only run as a white light because that's the only thing that's legal here. Show you the cable management for that, which is all under the seat. There's a battery in here that runs it because I didn't want to do a step-down transformer at the time. At the time, I didn't know what I was doing. Now I probably could run it, but I may put a bigger speed controller in here and stuff, so I may redo all this entirely. I'm not sure yet. So anyways, from this point, I had this bike, I had the gray bike, and it was okay. I could get to point A to point B. This would go 28 miles per hour and had a range of 28 miles per charge, which was fantastic. But then I got bored again and I wanted to build another e-bike, but I was broke as I'll get out because of some life situations that happened and whatnot. So I came across a guy called Crisscrossing Wires, which I'll show his channel. So I came across this guy, Crisscrossing Wires. He helped me with pick out the motor size, actually, in terms of rim size. He's told me I should go with 19-inch wheels, which will fit motorcycle tires, which made sense because I wanted 26-inch tires for the higher top speed, but I could not fit on it, and it was just a whole host of issues. I also like the fact that his bike had this seat opposed to the weird seat mine had, but there's a lot of things I didn't like with his bike, like the fenders, the red. Obviously, I like my green. And there's some other things I think I could have done better than what he had. So I took some inspiration from that. I'll show you a picture of what my bike looks like now. If I could find it. Here it is. So here's what my bike looks like. Obviously the tail light is different, but I gotta rearrange that. Front headlight's different. I have 3 light bars running on there, which are stupidly bright, but I can change that from 12 volt to 24 volt for a floodlight, high beam, low beam situation with that. So yeah, I liked some of the things on this bike, a lot of things I didn't like, so we're going to be changing that. And also, I just want to try beating this bike. It's not anything personal, it's just a, hey, can I beat him? If I can, cool. If not, okay, I gave it a shot. So why not? I'm building a new bike entirely, so why not try going for some speed and power records? Even though I'm mostly going to be riding at 40, 50 miles per hour at maximum. So some time went by and I was researching more and more. I came across a guy called Ebike Guy. Go to his channel. Like, I saw his video of him doing 105, if I could find that. I don't know how far away that was. Okay, so it was 2 months ago. Came across him about roughly 2 months ago. Saw some of those things, got talking with him through YouTube comments and then through actual Facebook. He said he could build me a battery pack. I'm like, cool, yeah, it sounds good. What do you recommend? Me and him got talking more. He taught me a lot of the stuff that I know now about the e-bikes, as well as the wattage and everything, which I'm still trying to learn and figure out. So we decided we're going to go with the 600 amp battery pack, or 630 continuous, as well as 72 volt with the 8000 watt 3T motor. And I made a post about, hey, I want to go for speed run and start getting roasting a little bit, whatever. People are saying I'm not going to hit those top speeds. No one thinks I'm going to hit 100. I'll probably hit 110. If I say something, I will do it, regardless of what people tell me. That's what happened with my first bike. I did 68, and everyone told me I'd only go 40, if that. So this, I know will go at least 110 with what I'm doing. So anyways, e-bike guy and me got talking. He decided he'll make the battery pack for me. I'm paying him, obviously. It's going to be a paid job. No questions there. And then people started roasting his battery packs, trying to tell him that his battery packs are not build safe. Yeah, I've seen his build videos, I've seen what he does, and the pack that they show versus the packs he actually builds are 2 completely different products. So this just added more fuel to the fire of why I'm going for a speed run, because if I do a speed run and I hit, let's just say 110, 105, 100 miles per hour with this bike, with his battery pack in it, you can't dispute that, and it doesn't blow up, which obviously it won't. What are people going to say to that? It just gives this guy more credit because he's a small-time business owner. He runs his own channel. He's bigger subscriber than, or more subscribers than me. Good guy. Well, actually listens to my questions, answers me, doesn't get mad about it. And so I'm like, yeah, I'll defend this guy. I'll put his battery pack in my bike, go for his record, use the battery pack daily, as I'm going to be riding this around everywhere. It's a 58 AH battery with a 630 continuous, and we'll be running a 600 amp far driver with 1200 phase amps. So now people are trying to bash him and bash me, telling him his battery pack's going to blow up and catch on fire. So we're going to be naming this bike for the speed run, the Bomber, and or the bomb, one of the two, because of the battery pack and the fact that it's a stealth bomber. So I just thought it'd be funny, throw in people's face, and go from there. Now people are trying to tell me that even if I'd copied his setup to do 105, I won't do 105 because I don't know what I'm doing. But clearly they never see me do my job or my work or anything because I know I can do it. So that's where we're at with this and why I'm doing this. It's nothing personal against anyone. It's more of a, can I do it? If so, cool. If not, okay, I gave it a shot. If anything, I'll have a really powerful e-bike at the end of the day. So it's a win-win situation for me. But if I could beat the beast, as he calls it, that's an accomplishment for me. If I can't, I saw his bike first, so I give him full credit if he still beats me. But I think I can beat it. So it's nothing personal or me trying to start anything. It's just, hey, we're all on YouTube. We all run these powerful e-bikes. What can I do versus these guys who are more knowledgeable than me? Can I keep up with them? Can I not? Can I do better? Can I not? I mean, it's all about learning from each other, passing down information. So anything I do with this bike in this build series, when I actually do it, is going to be posted on YouTube. Or if anyone asks me a question, I'm going to tell you what I did. I'm not going to lie and keep it a secret and all that. Like, my bike will talk. It will have a speaker system, camera system, and some other things, security systems, as well as a voice module. So I can play different sounds for different things, whether it be temperature is below freezing, it'll tell me that, battery temperature, controller temperature. If someone tips it over, I'll scream the R2D2 noise. Like, I have plans for this bike, which I'll make public to everyone who's interested. And I also just want to get my own bike out there, because that's going to be my whole YouTube channel from this point forward for 2024. Player signing off.